Mm. All right. Welcome. Welcome from around the world. I want to welcome everyone to another hour of power. We're going to get started here. Apologize for the late start, but we're here. Coach Santos here, Stockton, California. I want to welcome you by way of YouTube. Let me turn down this music just a little bit here. Heroes tonight, yeah. All right, here we go. Down. One, two, three. All right, folks, we've got a wonderful broadcast here tonight. We have a special broadcast tonight. A special broadcast. Let me see here. Let me get back. I'm not sure if Coach Jim is going to meet with us tonight. I sent out the invitation. Folks, we are broadcasting. Let me see what's happening here. I apologize. I think that my settings. Okay, there we go. I had to fix the settings. I apologize for that. We're back on track, and I am excited. We're broadcasting live via Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Folks, this broadcast tonight is going to be a special dedicated broadcast. And I'm going to tell you why here in just a moment. This is broadcast number 338. This is broadcast number 338. And if you want to come on the camera, all you have to do is ask me and I can bring you on the camera. Okay? By the way, make sure that you're in. Buckle up, right? This is your hour of power. Get in, buckle up, turn down all distractions. Please turn down all distractions. I don't care what it is, turn it down. Make sure you have a pen. Make sure you have a pen and a pad, something to write with. Okay? Folks, tonight I'm believing for someone. I feel saddened in my heart. I'm burdened in my heart because I've been really looking at your comments. I've been looking at many of your comments over many months and weeks, and considering those of you that are, you can't break the cycle. Whatever your cycle is, you're not able to break it. You're not breaking it. Therefore, tonight I'm dedicating this broadcast. If it's just one person, one, that we help tonight get a breakthrough of some kind tonight on this broadcast, whether you're in LinkedIn, you're on Facebook, or you're on YouTube, it's one, possibly two souls. Is it wrong for the soldier of self-mastery, the world's #1 problem gambling interventionist, to believe for two souls to come free and get what I have? Just a smidgen of what I have. The energy that I'm not talking about becoming me. No, I'm talking about taking something tonight from this live broadcast and bringing it right into your home, into your spirit. You may be one person that we bring out of the fire and gets a breakthrough. A real, like I have. You can't break the cycle. I understand. But we're going to work on it tonight, right? We're going to work on it. Episode 338. We've got like an open forum going on here. Welcome, Jim. We're going to bring Jim on here in a minute, all the way from Tucson, Arizona. I want to thank, wow, we've got a broadcast tonight. We've got some high numbers. So that means something. Jim, welcome.
Santos, good evening. Hope everything's going well in California, Stockton, California. It's rainy here in Tucson.
Yeah, it's supposed to be lightly raining out here in Stockton. It's supposed to be. I want to thank you. I want to thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. I appreciate this. Now, in return, I hope that those of you that are here, I know that a lot of you can't stay on for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. I'm asking you to sacrifice a little bit tonight here on this broadcast. Who knows? It might be you that needs that breakthrough, that that total collapse of the cycle that you've got going on. Now, I don't know what your cycle is. I know what mine was. I'm sure Jim understands what his cycles are because we all have cycles that need to be broken, right? They need to be broken. And by the way, gambling's a big fat lie. Gambling's a big fat lie. And the goal is not to dominate gambling or not to eliminate gambling. The goal is for you to become stronger than the object. The goal is for you to become stronger than the object. Jim, go ahead. I got a proverb I'm going to read here in a minute, but you got some thoughts? We really want to focus on. Yes, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard. It's almost impossible for people to get breakthroughs today. Almost impossible.
Yeah. I like to go and talk about, you know, I guess the importance of understanding that life is like a race. What is a race? Um, it's like Eric and I went ahead and did a 10K race today. In fact, we were able to go
Hold
ahead.
on a minute, Jim. Hold on a minute. Hold on to the race for a moment. Eric, I want to welcome you to the broadcast, to the podcast here. Open, Mr. Kevan, Odessa, Bill, K6, Cha Sinagra. So hard with 10. I'm going to be looking at the comments very, very distinctly here on this podcast. I know Jim is going to share a little bit here. He's talking about his academics here. You're going to share, but I want to focus on you on the other side. Listen, if you're on Facebook, you're on LinkedIn, you're on YouTube, I'm going to look at the comments. And if I start getting energy from the comment that you're leaving on there, I may pick on you. Listen, I'm looking forward to helping at least one individual get a breakthrough tonight. And I'm going to enforce this because it takes belief to do what I'm doing. It takes a strong belief, right? You go to the doctor, you get the pill. The pill doesn't really work. The pill doesn't, if the pill worked, it would eliminate. No, why does the pill work? Why does the pill work? It works because you believe in it. You're not worried, right? The side effects really don't hit you. Sometimes they do. But if you begin to believe in the side effects, those will hit you a lot faster. It's amazing how the mind works. And I'm going to share something. Maybe Jim can remind me later about the word dupe. Okay, because I'll tell you one thing, folks. If you're gambling and you're struggling in that area, you're being duped. I'm going to tell you what that means to be duped. That's not a good thing. But somebody's got to be honest with you guys. Somebody has to be honest. The gambling machine you're being duped. And that's why I say tonight, somebody's going to get a breakthrough. Somebody's going to get a breakthrough somewhere. At least one soul, if not two. Go ahead, Jim. I apologize for that. I want to acknowledge K6 and Laura and the rest of the community here.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So yeah, we're talking about life being kind of like a race, and we participated in a little run today, got through it, and yeah, it's like in a race, you have a destination, right? There's a destination to get to. And I think, in the broader scheme of things, our destination is a better life, right? And you can kind of break that down into different sections, right? What do you mean better life? Well, maybe better health, right? Better financial situation, better relationships with yourself, with other people.
Especially with yourself,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so yeah, it's a destination. So in this race, you have a destination. That's basically like a goal, right? Now, what are the other aspects in the race if you're going to go ahead and be participating in this race, right? Well, you need to have a map, right? You got to go ahead and learn, how the heck do I get to my destination, right? So that's the information that we kind of gain from shows like this, right? From books, from podcasts,
Yeah.
But remember, we have a certain destination, right? A destination. It starts with that, and then we try to go and gain this information. Well, how do I get to this destination? right? We're kind of getting organized, right? Because, and it all starts from this destination. It's like, where do we want to go? All right. Once you go and learn, you put the work in, right? You put one foot in front of the other, right?
Yeah.
And you have to persevere. You have to understand that there's going to be, roadblocks. There's going to be um, barriers, right? You're going to stumble, fall down, right? Um,
Mhm.
but if you keep on moving, you'll get there. And that's one thing that I was thinking about this past week when in preparation for the run. I thought to myself, you know, um, what what brings me down is the thinking, the thoughts of negative things in the future. It just takes me down, really takes me away from the moment of the work. If I have faith in the place that I'm going to be going, if I have faith in it, if I believe in it, right? If I believe that the work that I do is going to take me there, shouldn't be no problem. But I've got to stay in the moment. I have to stay in the moment of the work. I can't be, you talked about distractions
Yeah.
on the race, right? So many distractions that can go and take us off course, right? And I believe
Mhm.
for myself, those distractions are right here, those stupid demons in my mind talking about, oh, don't do that. You know what happened last time. You're going to screw everything up. What, you think you can go and do that? No, you can't do that. Come on you know
Mhm.
all these distractions, all of this negative self-talk, all these kinds of things that take us away from that work in the moment. Now I
Yeah.
encourage people, you know focus on the moment, do the work in the moment, have a destination, clearly in your mind, figure out what you need to do and do the work, because you know what, that better life, that goal is on the other side of the work that you do. You have to
Mhm.
do the work, you have to do the work. But if you believe in that place where you can go, and if you
Mhm.
believe that that work is going to take you there, you know no problem, right? But yeah, yeah,
It,
that's what it takes, I believe.
yeah, it's work. It is work, and it appears to me. It appears to me that anything worth doing, obviously, is worth doing wrong. But anything worth doing, there's a key factor in it, and it starts with the word D. And I see that missing. You know what? I fear, honestly, folks. I hope you're hearing my heart. I fear for some of you. Why do I fear? Because I see something that you're not seeing. And again, we come here into this broadcast, this podcast right here. I, I want to at least have some humor in here. I don't want us to come here. I don't want you to come here and just walk out of here with your head hanging down. Man, what a beating we got there at that podcast, 338 with Jim and Santos. That's not what I want to create. Yet I do want, and the goal is environment. The goal here is, and by the way, I thank you, Odessa, for sharing that. You've been free for 8 months. Faith and prayers helped. Of course, of course. Faith and prayers have guided me, have pulled me back from the abyss. And being here on this podcast, opening up and sharing. But I do fear. I read the comments a lot. I notice sometimes I don't get comments in return, but I reply just about every comment on every video that I get. So I look around and I think about you on the other side. I think about your family. I think about your business. I look at comments and it takes me into a world. And then I look at my life and how far I've come. I'm so super, super grateful. And yet I see where you're headed. I go to the and I go to the YouTube. YouTube is wonderful. They send me a lot of emails and they send me a lot of information about, hey, about your channel and about what's going on and look at the people that are watching your videos and they're doing this. And I go to videos. Sometimes I go to videos that are just 5 minutes long. And I say, man, Santos, either you're not doing something right or more people are falling away. Man, I put a 5 minute video and I could do more. I know I could. I'm going to do more. I have a responsibility. But there's a key factor. Remember this, the word D. Maybe you'll guess it. Maybe Jim will guess it, but it starts with the word D. And if that is missing, you're not going to break the cycle. So the minutes get shorter. The videos, I try to make the videos, I have to educate myself in what's going on. And I say, wow, I see. So again, I used to think a million souls out of the fire. Today it's, hey, if I can reach one soul or two on a podcast, that's what counts. So I appreciate, and I'm glad that you made it through your run. You and Eric made it through your run, Jim, because I know that's, again, it's like what we're doing here. This is a run here. We've got 16 minutes into this. This is a run, right? We're all preparing. I had to prepare to get here. Let me get into the proverb, and then I want to, if there's something that you want to share, Odessa, you want to put it here. Again, I'm looking at the comments. If you can't break your cycle, and you know that you can't, you're here. Wow. That's powerful. Something's happening. Something's drawing you here. But yet you can't break the cycle. You've been on the video, you can't break the cycle. You need to understand something's missing in your life. It's the D word. Let me read the Galatians 6 here. It says, God is not mocked. This is Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. Where am I at here? 6. Yeah. Hold on. How did I do this? Ephesians, Galatians. Maybe, okay, here it is. Be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. And this is the King James Bible, but for he that sows to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption. Listen, but he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting. You have, listen, I'm not here to judge you. But because of your lack of knowledge and partly ignorance too, you've gotten yourself in a situation like a prison. You've gotten yourself into a prison, like, maybe you feel like your finances are being siphoned, right? Your finances are being siphoned, and all of these things, your mortgage, there goes the car payment. Oh, it's not too bad. But yet all of these little things are, you're not showing up. You were invited 3 times last month. You're not showing up anymore. Things, right? Yet you're still gambling and you're doing these things. And you've tried to get out of it. You're going to go further and further. You've tried to get out of it. I'm glad you're here. There is something missing, and hopefully we can make that clear here. Go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about the D word. I guess you can say maybe discipline could be something that is lacking in a lot of us. Sometimes, we just don't have the belief. We just don't believe. We just talk to ourselves so horribly, and we just don't believe that there is a better place in our life, right? We don't believe, and we don't believe in ourselves that if we do the work, we're going to get there. We don't believe it. Maybe it's because that we tried before and things didn't work out, right? We tried, stuff happens, and then we just quit. We quit. So I mean, like giving up. And those are the voices that I'm talking about. It's like if you think back to the times where you failed, right? Those voices are going to say, you know what? Don't even think about trying to get out of your situation. Don't even waste your time. You're just going to hurt yourself even more. You're just going to go out and make yourself look like even a bigger failure if you even attempt it, because you know, and I know, and that's the voice in our head, you know, that you're not going to go on. You're not going to get out of your situation. You know, you're too stupid, or you're too weak, or you know, you already have too many problems in your life. You were born into this situation. You're, you know, there's no hope for you. It's like that kind of talk really brings us down. And I think those are the things that we need to go and cut. And like I said, it takes the work, right? Work. It takes work to fight against those awful voices. It takes work. It takes work to focus on the moment. It's like, this is what I told myself that I would do. You know, and I'm going to go ahead and take these steps. And that's the only thing I'm going to be thinking about in order to get to that destination that I wanted to do today. Or like go to your, Gamanon meeting or something, right? Go to your support, right? It's like, it's 4 o'clock right now, 5 o'clock. Okay. I'm going to get my car. I'm going to go and drive to my meeting. I'm not going to go to the casino. I'm not going to go to wherever, right? This is where I'm going to go. Focus on that moment, you know? We need to
be in, be present. That's why I'm saying, you know, we're already into the broadcast here. I want to do a 30-minute, not a segue, but we want to do a small, just here 30 minutes. And by the way, I see somebody else here that I wanted to acknowledge. There was John Smith, and then there was the TikTok. Okay, Tristan, I see that. I'm looking for questions. You know, again, we're here because I feel there's a strong need for someone, one or two souls. That's why we're here. I'm not here to, you know, I wish I could entertain people. Ha 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 ha. You're all laughing, right? Maybe I did make you laugh. And a little bit of that is okay. That's not my goal here. My goal is just to get somebody that is being devastated. You're being wrecked. You're being turned upside down. And you stumbled across this video, you've been on my channel. That's, you know, the rest of you that are here, you're doing well. You don't need that, right? You really don't. You're here, you're participating, you're part of the community. You know, some people gamble, they do fine. They could lose their money, they recuperate it, and they go back and forth. And it may not really bother you until you stop to really think. And that's where, you know, again, we're in a time where people are being, you're being duped. If you're in either scratchers or you're online with the super spin with the stars and all that, I get the emails. I get tempted every once in a while, but I don't do it. Obviously, I don't care for it. I don't have the desire. And by the way, regarding TikTok, the same thing. I'm kind of losing the desire for TikTok. TikTok is just a big platform that gathers a lot of information. And somebody's above watching that. They're just gathering a bunch of information. And the reason why TikTok is so addictive, just like a slut machine, if you stand in front of a slut machine, that thing's rolling at thousands per second. The colors, the sound, bing, bing, you hear. Sometimes you're at the gas station pumping gas and you hear bing, bing, like little sounds coming from the gas station, and you're already like standing at attention. Where's the casino? Yeah, it's all of that stuff. It's the same thing with TikTok. It's the same thing. TikTok's fast. You notice that? You can spend an hour or two scrolling. What was like that? There's there's shorts. YouTube has shorts. Facebook has shorts. But TikTok started it all, I believe. Or YouTube had it before. I believe YouTube had it, maybe. Wham, wham. Your mind is going, and it's like spinning a web, man. And you're caught in it, man. And it's like that web is just spinning all kinds of like neurological pathways through your brain, and your emotions. Wow, you're looking at different faces and different people, people with different kinds of teeth and destructive faces and all. And you're like, and you have to, what's your purpose on TikTok? What is your purpose? That's what you're there for. Because if not, you'll slip like a spider, like not like a spider. Well, like a spider, they go into holes too. But like a snake goes real quick into the hole when they see the enemy. That's what'll happen with you and TikTok. So that's just my opinion. That's my experience. Do I still go on TikTok? Yeah, I post videos on there. I'm limiting myself more and more. I really want to get breakthroughs. I'd rather spend 45 minutes helping one person than trying to recruit a community of people that don't really know what they want. I'd rather help one or two, possibly two souls. And if I can do that a couple days a week, that, because people are being, your money's being siphoned, folks. Your money is being siphoned, all right? Your mortgage is being attacked, your house, your rent, your car payment. Next, you've got a repossession. You got a repossession. Next, you skimped on the credit cards and the little bills that you have. All those little bills that sometimes you put aside. Well, now you got a bankruptcy. So then you get your foreclosure, right? And if you got a business, what happens to a business? A car gets repossessed, right? Your house you get foreclosed on, a business also. And little by little, I've seen it happen. And that's exactly where you're going if you see these little sprinkles of things happening in your life. You're being duped. I remember the guy said to me one time, a long time ago, an older wise man, he said, Santos, you're being duped. You're being duped. And I'd never really paid attention to what this older wise man really, why he said that to me. I heard it. It was many years ago, but I never paid any attention. It flew right over my head. Like, let me make sure my hair is done. Years later, I realized if I had only stopped and questioned, what do you mean I'm being duped? What are you trying to tell me that I'm being duped? I never did. I never asked him. He's in the grave now. But I thought today, man, if I had another conversation with that wise man, I wonder what he would have said. I kind of have an idea now what he would have said, but I didn't want to hear it. I was so caught up in this hypnotic trance of whatever it was. That cycle couldn't be broken at that time. Years later, I came to find out exactly what he meant when he said, you're being duped, man. And I'm telling you, on the other side, if you're gambling, you're missing the D. If you're struggling, you're missing the D word. Okay, we're almost at the end. Well, not the end. We're coming. You're missing the D word. You know what it is. It's like, it's like a car, right? That was set on the top of a hill, and the brake lines have been cut. The brake lines have been cut. Now, the car doesn't start out. It's not bad at the top of the hill. It's not bad if it could be stopped, right? It doesn't be stopped. But once that car begins to go down that hill and picks up super momentum, oh, it's going to stop. It's going to stop somewhere. It's going to be stopped, right? But from where it could have been stopped to where it ends up to stopping, there's a whole, what they call a wake. You know what that means, right, Jim? The wake, with that car left in the wake. And I know that might be a far-fetched scenario, but we've seen it happen. We've seen cars go down hills without being stopped. And that's like the life of the problem gambler. It's not so bad in the beginning, right? It's not bad at all. It's just kind of teetering a little bit. But then once it begins to go, man, you're going to stop. Or, of course, we're all going to stop one way or another. Death is going to stop all of us. One way or another, we're going to stop gambling or the cycle. And again, I'm going to say this. The key is to become stronger than your object. The key is to become stronger than your object. Jim.
Yeah, when you're talking about those little clues, in the problem gambler situation, those are warning signals. Warning
Yeah.
signals, kind of like a car has warning lights. It's like, we got a problem. We got a problem. We're getting off direction. Or we're getting off, our path. You know, and we're moving
Yeah.
further and further away. And like you said, it can take you to a cliff, right? So being aware all these little things that are happening in your life, the money, not being able to pay bills, right? Watching the bills stack up, watching the creditors
Yeah.
contact you, watching, it's like, gosh, I can't buy groceries this week. Can't pay the electric bill, phone bill. Gosh, I don't have that much money in my bank account. All these are
Yeah.
warning signals, right? Warning signals. And sometimes I think that people, you know, don't have a clear map of their life, right? What is the better
Yeah.
life, right? What is the better life? It's just almost like existence. A lot of people are just existing, right? And if they don't
Because
have
we're
that,
not, Jim. The reason is because we're not around a lot of true people.
yeah, yeah, that's too bad. I mean, it's like we just kind of follow the masses, and the masses follow the
Yeah.
media, and the media just says consume, enjoy, have pleasure, enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. you know there's
Yeah.
no purpose to life. It's just, just try to have good feelings, good feelings, good feelings. Numb yourself with alcohol, drugs, gambling, whatever, food. Just numb yourself. Don't have a purpose, don't have goals, don't have anything that'll take you
Exactly.
yourself to a better life, right? So I mean,
And
it's like,
that's where 98% of the people, 98% to 99% of the folks they refuse to analyze. You refuse to analyze. Well, what do you mean, Santos? You're not looking at your life. You're not looking at your situations. Just what you're talking about, Jim. People complain, they complain, they complain, they complain, right? What happens to a person when he complains so much? You basically put yourself with your own self talk, you put yourself in a trance. You you can't hear the word duped. It goes right over your head. My question is, well, we come here, again, my goal is for breakthroughs. That's why I'm here, folks. I'm here for breakthroughs, man. Not Well, in my life, do I need breakthroughs? I could say, yeah, I probably do need breakthroughs, but I'm doing fairly well right now, at least in the gambling department. I don't have that issue. I'm just going deeper inside myself and realizing, man, I could have made a lot of better decisions back there. Now I'm realizing, well, Santos, you're here. You got to warn people. You got to warn people. People don't see. They're blinded. They don't see. They don't put the things to dot. Like you said, Jim, they're not putting the dots together. The FTs, the focus thieves, man, they got you. The LBs, your own limiting beliefs, they got you. And what else have you? Your your good life is going to come out of a good series of good, constant, positive reminders. But you got that in reverse too. You're just reminding yourself of negative, right? Your bad life is going to come out of a constant reminders of negative reminders. Your bad life is going to come out. Your good life is going to come out of a good series of good, constant, positive reminders. So therefore, you get it here. There's two sides. Uh, there's no neutral side. So again, I'm about analyzing all of these things, really focusing. So I was kind of sad when I saw the comments, and I've been looking over the past year. I said, man, this year 23, I want to really help a few people come out of the, I want somebody to send me an email and said, you know what, Santos, man, I took that thing that you shared and I applied it and I got what I needed, man. I got what I needed. And you know what? I actually feel some kind of superpower today. I'm actually free. I'm not just saying this, Coach Santos. I'm telling you, man, something broke inside of me the other day when I watched a video or I read part of your book. You said something in your book, or you told me to go study emotional intelligence, and I did. I went and studied, and I learned something phenomenal, however you want to use the word. And That's what I want to see for people. You know, I don't mind getting the comments. Hey, I lost $200 last night. I lost five. Can I give you a call? I need help. I don't mind any of that. The truth be told is when I reach out to most of those people, they don't respond. So they're not the ones that are really looking for support. The ones that are looking for support are the ones that are really, really losing. And you know you can't do it. You can't do it. It's almost impossible. Yet, when you come here, when you come to this broadcast, whether it's something that Jim is saying or something that I'm saying or somebody else is saying, you feel something in this environment. That's why I'm calling this the hour of power. This is not about me. You know, I'm already free. I don't gamble. I may have other issues in my life that I need to deal with. I want to help you get the major one in your life. And if that cycle is the gamble, then I want you to become stronger. I would like that for you. Whether you want it, that's if it's missing the D word, you're not going to have it. If it's missing the D word, you're not going to have it. The victory of waking up every day, the victory of checking your amount, your checking account is growing, your whatever is getting more. Your business or your relationships are actually coming together. They're actually going in reverse now. Instead of going this way, they're actually coming together. Man, what a joy, what a feeling you have in your life when you experience those things, right? Gambling is a big fat lie. And yes, it's fucking hard, pardon me. Fucking hard sometimes to break the cycle. It is, because I've been there and I know what it was for me. And yet I say, well, Santos, do you ever get tempted? Heck yeah. More. I notice more these days that we're living in. More. I feel the energy around the air and online. I feel it stronger, folks. So I have to admit, yeah, do I get tempted? I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go. Listen, my mind has already dominated the object. I will not let the object dominate my mind ever again. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to get tempted. That doesn't mean that the birds aren't flying over my head, right? I had a good hair day, by the way. But the birds are flying. Just don't let them nest. Don't let them nest in there. Maybe you're hard-headed. Like me, I'm hard. Jim, are you hard-headed?
Yeah, I have a hard head.
Can you go through your soul?
I got pistol whipped with a gun right over on the head. Boom, like that. Got hit right over the head with a gun. Didn't do anything.
So you're hard-headed then.
I have a hard head.
There you go. So you don't let no birds make nests in your head. See? That's what I'm talking about, folks. All right. I got to get in here. All right. Listen, mind over matter. Again, if you have a question, post it. I'm looking for your question. I really want to support you on the other side. Now, I do want to break here. We went overboard for a minute, and then I'm going to give Jim a chance to share his thoughts on
Mr. Keevan says.
But yeah, if you got a comment, hold on to it. I want to, out of time. First of all, I want to thank you for supporting this mission. I'd rather you support here. You know what? I'm going to ask. People said you're begging all the time. Well, I beg. I'd rather you take the money from the slut machines and what have you and put it here. So at least you can think a good thought. Man, I donated $5 and somebody's going to get help somewhere because your money's like a tool. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. Or anybody that gives, I don't care if it's $25,000 or $1 million. Maybe I'll get my $1 million back. I lost over $1 million in gambling. We have videos. Listen, the new version of the book is out. It's a version. No, it's a version. The new version of this book is out. I'm actually redoing 15-minute morning breakfast of champions. Powerful. It's going to have a powerful message. I'm talking about it's going to hit you upside the head in the mornings to really wake you up. That book's coming out. It's going to be on audio also at the link below. We've got GABA. GABA is just a program with videos that can help you refocus. That's all it is. It's just a video, 7-8 videos that kind of help you refocus a little bit. Will it take your desire from gambling? Who knows? Maybe you'll get the energy that I have from within those videos. That's GABA, the Gambling Addictions Breakthrough Advance. All these things are there. And I get a few people that look at it. So again, I analyze all of this, just like I analyze the information. So I do my best to reach out to you. The key thing is to tell you the truth. Tell you the truth. You have a problem, it's going to get worse. And it's fucking hard. Okay, I gotta let the cat. Somebody has to say it, right? It's fucking hard to break through from gambling once you're in that prison mode. You're in there, and yeah, some days, whoop, oh man, I almost jumped the fence. No, you didn't get it that time, right? A couple weeks go by, whoop, you jumped. You can't break the cycle, and that's who I'm talking to. That's who I'm talking to tonight. And every Sunday episode that we have, whether this episode continues or not, or on Wednesdays, if we have, I'm talking to you, that one or two souls that need they want, man. You want it, man. You want it. You want it. You haven't had it, but you want it. And you're at the right place, like Jim says. You're at the right place at the right time. So take advantage. Please support, share, leave a comment, whatever you can do, whatever you feel like doing. If you don't feel like doing anything, then don't do anything. That's fine too. This is like a locomotive, but we've got brakes and we're not going downhill. We're going uphill, and we've got power. We've got horsepower. So yes, we're making it. And I'm the driver. So the PNG zone, the PNGZ, right? Permanent no gambling zone. Before you get there, you have to have it inside your head. Permanent no gambling zone. Boom. Don't take the casino. Don't take the man. Don't take the woman out. Don't take them out, right? People talking about, I'm going to ban myself. No, take the casino out of the man. Take the casino out of the woman. Gambling's a big fat lie. All right. Once again, I had to say that. And what is it that I wanted to share with you real quick here is that there's the D word. That's you got to know what that D word is. Does anybody know what the D word is? Jim? So thank you for those of you that support, and I really appreciate. Again, we're going to be ending soon here. We're about a few minutes away. We're going to stop the program. We're going to end the program because we got you got things to do. I got things to do too. But I'm looking for questions. Go ahead. Can I come on your show next Sunday? Tristan, you can reach out to me, brother. You wanted to come on the broadcast. Come on the broadcast, man. Be here. Let's work together. Let's show the internet who we are. There's so many garbage podcasts out there. They're not feeding anybody. I don't care how many people you have in your community. If you're not feeding one, if one person can't get to you by email or tell you that, you know what, I got a breakthrough, then what are we doing here? Another Gamblers Anonymous. I'm not making light of that, but Gamblers Anonymous does work. But I don't want to be a Gamblers Anonymous. I want to be a Gamblers Breakthrough program. GBP. Gamblers Breakthrough Program. There we go. All right. So Sunday. All right. Yeah, you're welcome to join us, and anybody's welcome to join on the camera. We have enough guests. You're welcome to come on here. Listen, challenge me if you will. We all have something to lose. So pride and maybe some ugly sin. Go ahead, Jim. So thank you guys for supporting.
Yeah, I like what Cephas talked to you about on Wednesday. He talked about how our thoughts are not us. The thoughts that we have are not us. And the awful feelings that those thoughts can go ahead and bring us, and those ideas. We are the one who chooses the thoughts. And if you're emotional, it can go ahead and screw you up and move you to act in a bad direction. So we have to kind of figure out a way. I mean, I was thinking about, what you say, Santos, what I say, all the things that we say, even in our good intentions, they don't work unless we can go and put some action and effort, into moving in the right direction. Once you start taking that action, then the words, the ideas make sense. Then you can kind of internalize what we're talking about. But, everyone can hear us, but you got to do the work. You got to do the work. You have to go ahead and figure out where you want to go. You have to figure out a plan. You have to get yourself educated. You have to go ahead and start taking those steps, doing that work. You have to stay in the moment. You have to stay in that moment of doing the work. Mm-hmm. And remember that there's stupid distractions out there that are trying to pull you away, right? What are those distractions? Those distractions are stumbles. You make a mistake, you fall down. That's a distraction right there.
Mhm.
Kind of pulling you down. It wakes up the stupid demon in your mind saying, ah, look at you, you screwed up. What makes you think you can go ahead and do this? No, no, no. You
Mhm.
know,
Instead of analyzing,
exactly.
I'm, I'm big on analyzing today more than ever.
I'm thinking about this like a couple of days ago when running, right? I ran a lot. I'm thinking about my heart, right? Always beating, always beating, nonstop, nonstop, nonstop. I'm thinking, my goodness, if my heart can keep beating, why can't I keep thinking about solutions, finding a solution, finding a way, figuring it out, finding a plan? It keeps on going.
And
It
we
doesn't
can't.
stop.
Yeah, we say we can't, right? Like you were just saying, we can't. Again, that's our self-talk.
Yeah.
We talked about the mind, right? We begin to get, and then what happens? Your mouth. Oh, such a delight, isn't it? Your mouth, Jim. Isn't this such a delightful thing? It is. It's really. It can be beautiful at times, but then at times it could be very, very. It'll cut you. Your own words, and we do this to ourselves. Like I said the other day, we go in and out of like a trance, right? You're in a good mood. You got some good music, man. You're on fire. You got an 18 pounder mocha coffee from the Starbucks, man. And then right, you create that environment. You're in a trance, and the music goes out, or you're just so wired up on the coffee, you make the wrong turn, and bam. And now you get out, especially if you were hit. Males are pride. They get out. They don't even care if somebody got hurt. They're looking at their car. Man, you ruined my paint job. And instead of, I did this the other day. I felt so stupid. My daughter fell on my bike, on my e-bike, and she comes back, and all I can think of is the e-bike. Of course, I was thinking about her too, but I could see she was okay. But I should have stopped and said, "Are you okay? Are you got shooken up? I told you not to ride that thing without a helmet." Again, she didn't. She fell. She lucky she didn't hit her head. Um, am I getting distraction here? I think I'm getting a little bit distracted here.
It's interesting when you
Okay.
talk about trance,
So,
Santos. It's good to get into a trance on the right thing, like the work that you
yeah,
need to do. Focus on that.
exactly.
Focus on that. Nothing. I mean, like the trance basically blocks out all the other nonsense. I think that's kind of the thing that we need to get into. We need to go and have intentional trances on the doing the
Exactly.
right thing, doing the right thing. But yeah, we can get let off. We can get, it's so
Mhm.
easy. I mean,
And here's the thing. We're coming to the end of the program, Jim. I mentioned the word D, right? The D word. If you were here throughout the broadcast, I don't know if anybody got it. I don't know
do,
if anybody can get what D word are we missing, right? The gambler cannot escape the gambling cycle. You gambler, I'm going to be honest with you. You can't escape. You can't unless you have this D word in your life. It's just like belief, a tool, right? Well, could a tool help you? A tool can help you. This stream can help you. Jim can share some information. You can learn something from Laura. You can learn something from Kevin, from It's Me, from Mark. If you don't have determination in your life, uh, any of that is not going to do you any good. You're if you don't have determination, and the people that have determination are going to get what they want. The D word. I know that might be a horrible thing, right? Determination. If you want something bad enough, if you truly want something bad enough, you know what happens, right? We all know. If you don't want something bad enough, yeah, maybe once in a while. Hmm, this week, no, maybe next month, right? You know where you stand with that. If you don't have determination, how do you get determination when you're so defeated? Where does determination come from? How can you conjure up determination? Determination can be a breakthrough of the mind, right where you go. You're either being induced into some kind of a trance to better yourself, right? Maybe this place is here for that. Or you're being induced into a trance for someone to get into, to seduce you in some way, to seduce you, whatever that seduction is that's siphoning from you, whatever it might be. We think of money. Most people are trying to for money. Well, that may not be money. Sometimes people want to destroy other people and they end up getting them caught up in stuff that, wow, I used to come here with this. I used to go to the casino with this person, but now that person don't come here anymore. Yet I'm coming here now and my life is devastated and her life isn't, or his life isn't. All right, folks. Determination. All right, we've got our 7-day challenge. What is it? 45-minute 7-day challenge reminder. That's my call to action. Really, my call to action is for you to set yourself up for 7 days. And if you're determined, you'll meet the 7 days. If you're not determined, you're not going to meet the 7 days. And we'll come here again Sunday and I'll ask the question. And I'll even ask for a raise of hands. And I will see your hand. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to see your hand. You have to determine in your heart whether you can raise your hand or not. I'm committed to the 7 days. Are you? I'm determined. I'm sharing some of my determination with you on the other side. Hopefully you've gotten some of this determination from myself, from Jim, or maybe it's something else. Maybe it's not. Your cycle isn't gambling. Your cycle could be something else, right? Energy, water flows. Where water flows, food grows. Where energy flows, healing and different things can happen. Oxygen, great things. All right, episode number 338. We're coming down to the end of the wire. I've already given you my call to action. If there's another question here, I'll look for it. Jim, I'm going to give you here a minute, 2-3 minutes to share, and we're going to end on this note. But I'm believing for a breakthrough. I am believing for a breakthrough. Someone's coming out of prison.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, going back to destination, I think you're right. We need to, find out, what we want. What's our destination? And we have to connect some emotion to that destination. Why is that destination important to us? How does it make us feel? Can we imagine ourselves in that position of being at that good place? Can we feel proud of ourselves? Can we feel strong? Can we feel, happy? Can we feel confident about ourselves at that destination, wherever you want to go, right? Being gambling free, being, the drug free, whatever disorder, that destination, connect that. You have to envision it, feel it, think about it. You say mind, mouth, power, talk about it, right? Say, I'm going to get there. This is where I'm going to be. I love it. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there, right? And, for the people who are, very downtrodden, every day is a new day, right? Every day is another chance, another chance. Don't let yesterday distract you. Don't let yesterday distract you from the place where you want to go, right? Right? We have the windshield, right? Windshield's bigger than the rear view mirror, right? We need to go and use that proportionally, right? Like I said, it takes the work. We have to put the work in it. And you remember, when you do that work, you're going to generate those chemicals and those good feelings. You keep on at it, keep on at it. The mind will take you to wherever you want to go. The mind will take you to wherever you really want to go. Right? The heart doesn't stop beating, our mind can keep on working towards wherever we want to go. So yeah. Do the work to get those good feelings, to make our words make sense.
Folks, we've come to the end of this broadcast. I want to thank all of you here. Facebook, LinkedIn, Coach Jim out of Tucson, Mr. Kevan, Odessa, Laura, K6, It's Not Me, Mark, who else? Tristan Bosky there, John Smith, Eric. Who else? There was quite a few. Listen, there's an audience tonight. I think this message went out. I've never seen the numbers that high. So that tells me that somebody needed to hear this message. And I'm looking forward to getting an email next week or looking forward to somebody showing up on the broadcast and saying, Santos, you know what? I wasn't on your text chat, but man, you hit home hard. And that word D is exactly what I'm working on today. So thank you guys, folks, once again. I look forward to seeing you next Sunday. We may have a broadcast on Sunday at 7 p.m. Pretty sure it's going to be on. Coach Cephas is doing some interviewing actually. He's interviewing me, and we're addressing some major concerns that are taking place within the community of the gambling problem. With that said, thank you. And I'll see you next Sunday or Wednesday. And make sure you're soldier subscribed. You're subscribed to this channel. Turn your notifications to all. And that's it, folks. Thank you once again. Peace.
Thanks,
Hi, Jim.
Santos. See you on Sunday. Take care. Have a good week.